Aye, Gambia, ma bég ci yéen Gambian Talents TV yéen a ma tax a jóg saa su ma weete yéen lay dégloo man Dave Ndaw seen doomu ndey de leen may bégee ma leen di bégee Gambian Talents TV kenn la amul roy de leen kal leen ko fa rek saa su ne seen xibaar bu ne di news music entertainment.
Killer on the mic, Ace and Rap, Alibaba, Alabai, Soldier, Killer, ACE, Bunday. You know what I'm saying? Always down with Gambian Talents Promotion, holding it down with the whole entire team. Kuboka Sigetigi, Nancy Melmi, by Ken Momutikabi.
Aye, Gambia, ma bég ci yéen Gambian Talents TV yéen a ma tax a jóg saa su ma weete yéen lay dégloo man Dave Ndaw seen doomu ndey de leen may bégee ma leen di bégee Gambian Talents TV kenn la amul roy de leen kal leen ko fa rek saa su ne seen xibaar bu ne di news music entertainment.
Test 1 2 3 mic test.
Out every dog na the trap where you pre-empire and I build it up brick by brick. This is this. You're watching Gambian Talents TV, you know. One thing, problems.
Aye, Gambia, ma bég ci yéen Gambian Talents TV yéen a ma tax a jóg saa su ma weete yéen lay dégloo man Dave Ndaw seen doomu ndey de leen may bégee ma leen di bégee Gambian Talents TV kenn la amul roy de leen kal leen ko fa rek saa su ne seen xibaar bu ne di news music entertainment.
Salute every dog na the trap where you pre-empire and I build it up brick by brick. This is this. You're watching Gambian Talents TV, you know. One thing, problems.
It's 11 now. Can you take it?
Still have 3 minutes. We may start.
Start with silent prayers.
No. Good morning. May I ask that we start this very important press conference. But first of all, before we start, may I once again ask that we observe 1 minute silent prayers for the late Keba Seka, a former student of the University of the Gambia. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Good morning to the students of the University of the Gambia, the students from the sister institutions, Gambia College, if they are here present, Gambia Technical Training Institute, if they are here present, of course, Management Development Institute, MDI, if they are here present. Of course, the head of or presidents of the sub-associations of the University of the Gambia, the Speaker of the Legislative Council of the University of the Gambia Students' Union, of course, the press corps here present, and all others respectfully and duly observed. This is a press conference that we have summoned, or we have convened, to take a position on the demise or the brutal killing of our colleague, our fellow student, Keba Seka, dated Tuesday 9th July 2019. This development has indeed grieved the entire university fraternity, and also the Students' Union of the UTG. And then since 9th July 2019, the Student Union has definitely taken a giant step, a step that it will be enshrined or captured in the statement given by the President. So this is this is the more reason why we called for this press conference today. However, the agenda or items on the agenda will be, we have the statement from the Student Union, but there will be no other statement that will be recognized as the position of the Students' Union except the statement that will be given by the President. All other statements beside that are not considered by the Student Union. Of course, after the statement, we will open the floor for the journalists who are present to ask relevant questions regarding the statement and to the demise of the death of Keba Seka. Basically, ladies and gentlemen, that will be the whole lot of the important conference. So may I ask at this juncture, the President of the University of the Gambia Students' Union 18 Executive Council, Mr. Ibrahim L. Damfa, to take the floor and take this all-important conference through the position of the Students' Union on this particular or unfortunate incident that befell the UTG and its students. Thank you. Mr. Ibrahim Damfa, the floor is yours.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Thank you very much, Yankuba Mane, Secretary General, University of the Gambia Students' Union, Presidents of sub-associations of the University of the Gambia, the Speaker of the Legislative Council of the University of the Gambia Students' Union, the Principal Arbitrator of the Judicial Tribunal of the University of the Gambia Students' Union, the executives of the University of the Gambia Students' Union, students here present, students and representatives from our sister schools, Gambia College, Gambia Technical Training Institute, MDI, and American International University. representatives from different or respective media houses here present. I welcome you all, and I say thank you very much for honoring our invitation. As the Secretary General of the Union said, I will be taking you through the statement or the position of the University of the Gambia Students' Union on the unfortunate death of our dear brother, our friend, and our student, Mr. Keba Seka. The fundamental purpose of this presser is aimed at informing the general public and the students of the University of the Gambia about the position of the 18th Executive Council of the University of the Gambia Students' Union on the callous and the brutal killing of our dear friend, Mr. Keba Seka, which happened on the 9th of July, 2019. First, I will take this procedurally to make it crystal clear that the University of the Gambia Students' Union is aware of its mandates in responsibly representing the students of the University of the Gambia. And that is one of the reasons that prompted for it to call a press conference to inform the general student body and the general public on its position. This incident, as I said, happened on the 9th of July 2019. When this incident happened, as an embodiment to the University of the Gambia students, we were called and informed about it. When we received the information, we ensured that we exhaust all forms of protocols in making sure we address the issue accordingly. The first thing that we did when we had this information or when we received this unfortunate information is to engage our immediate authorities. That is the administration of the University of the Gambia. We engaged the University of the Gambia and informed them that this is the current situation that is going on, that we've received an information that one of our colleagues was stabbed to death by an unknown individual. As our responsibility and mandate calls, we pursue with our inquiries. We engage the Gambia Police Force through the Public Relations Officer, that is the PRO, to make further inquiries. He made us understand that it is true that our student with the name Keba Seka, or by the name Keba Seka, was stabbed to death by an unidentified individual. He promised and relayed their commitment in ensuring that they unveil the individual or the culprit who is involved in this crime. We make our further inquiries and later understand that they have arrested 4 of the colleagues that were on the ground, and then they were subsequently released after investigations unfold. Our further inquiries inform us that the person who stabbed our fellow student to death is one of the individuals whom we are paying and had their responsibility, their fundamental responsibility, in fact, to protect the lives and properties of the citizenry. This begged the cynical questions in our minds that where are we heading to if the people that are responsible to protect us are now responsible to take our lives? It left the council wallowing, and it prompted for further action. We, as protocols and procedures will demand, we engage our line ministry, because the University of the Gambia, as an institution, is supervised and monitored by the Higher Education, Research, Science, and Technology. Through the Vice Chancellor of the University of the Gambia, we engage the Minister of Higher Education And we inform him of our dissatisfaction. Sorry for that. We inform him of our dissatisfaction of this information. And through him, we were able to reach to the minister. We put to the minister that we are dissatisfied, we are disappointed, and then we are very much uncomfortable with the current situation. Through the minister, we were able to reach the Minister of Interior, who we had a meeting with after the discussion, or after our discussion with the minister, of the higher education minister. This goes to tell you that the University of the Gambia Students' Union have observed due process and all forms of procedures as inscribed in normal procedural systems in addressing this issue. We've made follow-up with the Minister of Interior. We echoed the same position to the Minister of Interior in this audience. We had a meeting with him, and we put to him our position crystal clear, that we are disappointed and that we are dissatisfied, and that we demand justice. And we want an immediate justice, because we believe that justice delayed is obviously justice denied. And not only justice, we want, or in fact we requested, that we want to be assured that as students and citizens of this country, we will be protected and safeguarded by the people that have their fundamental responsibility to do so. In this meeting, we were able to understand from the minister that the individual said, or the individual officer who is engaged in this was on an occult mission. He was in a mission that is not in line with any policing activities. He was on off duty and decided to take their normal proceedings in looking for criminals, where some of them get money or other forms of income in it. But he promised us that they are going to have a position and they will make sure the law take its course. Immediately, we demand for a statement from the government to apologize to the students and to assure and reassure of us of future avoidance of this heinous act. And then before the day ends, we were able to receive a statement from the Ministry of Interior, or from the Gambia government through the Ministry of Interior. We do not rest. We continue to ensure that we responsibly execute our responsibilities. We followed up with the Inspector General of Police and make it very, very clear to authorities that the position of the University of the Gambia Students' Union is to observe the Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia, Section 25, subsection 1D, the freedom of assembly, that we want to go out and make authorities understand that we are dissatisfied of this incident and that we do not deserve this. Not only us, but Gambians do not deserve this from people that have their sole and fundamental responsibility to protect their lives and properties. And when we send this letter, that is request for permit from the Secretary General to the Inspector General of Police, we were about to be given a permit. And on Wednesday, we had an audience, we should have an audience with the Inspector General of Police. But an unfortunate thing that happened on that day was the strike that happened in Brikama and on the unexpected protest that happened in Serekunda and on the Senegambia Highway at Kululi. So because of the scenarios and the then fragile security situation, we want to call it, we were not able to have a discussion to be able to get our permit. But the following day, we hold this audience, and we were assured that, of course, the council want to go ahead with this protest. Not even we want to call it a protest, but we want to call it a peaceful protest. And then we take the procedures in observance of not only the Constitution of the Gambia, but even the Public Order Act. That, of course, as citizens, if you want to protest, there are procedures that you need to exhaust. And in that process is where we were to exhaust those processes. And then that called in for that audience. And then we agreed that we are going to postpone this peaceful protest. Because one of the reasons why we agreed to postpone it is we are also aware that there are other people that do have ulterior motives in situations like this. And the University of the Gambia Students' Union being an established institution, and in fact an institution or a body that is established by an act of parliament, is expected to be responsible of anything that will have to happen in that protest. That is to say that in the aftermath of the protest or anything that happens in the protest, we will be held or liable of it. This is what we consider and postpone the protest to October. That is going to be the first day the culprit is going to appear in the High Court. So therefore, it is on this backdrop that we deem it necessary to inform the general public, to inform the students of the University of the Gambia, that the University of the Gambia Students' Union is not mute and will never be mute on situations like this. As I said earlier, it is our fundamental responsibility as enshrined in our Constitution to represent our students' responsibly. And also, it is also our responsibility as an embodiment of the union to make sure they are safeguarded and protected. And this is why we deem it necessary, as the Secretary General said, to call this press conference, this presser, to inform the media and the people out there that we are not quiet and this is our position. I would want to echo this, that the government of the Gambia has its responsibility to protect the citizens of this country, more so the youth of this country. And greater percentage of the youth of this country is the students of the University of the Gambia. Of course, no student in the university is above the law, but all the students in the University of the Gambia deserve to be treated rightfully. So, as I said earlier, it is on this backdrop that we call this presser to inform the general public that this is our position. As of now, our letter is on the Inspector General of Police desk, is on his desk, and all what we need to do is to send a supplementary letter to call on for our protest or our permit to go ahead with this protest. And our intention as a council is to hold this protest in October. That is going to be the first day the culprit or the alleged culprit will appear in court. And what we will demand is we will demand for justice. We will not only demand for justice, we will demand for us to be assured and reassured of being avoided in any act that is of callous in that nature, that we deserve to be protected, that we deserve to be respected, and that we deserve to be safeguarded. So not to bore you guys with a lot of words, this is the position of the council, and then we will proceed with the next agenda. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. President, for that precise but detailed statement from the University of the Gambia Students' Union on the unfortunate, what I always call a callous act of murder of Kema Seka. Without wasting time, we go to the question and answer session. The question and answer session, it will go like this. If you are given the microphone to ask a question, please identify your name, introduce your name, and of course the media house, the particular house you are representing. Thank you. So may I, yes, yes, Jawa? Okay, all right. Mamoudou Jawa, Point newspaper. Go on.
Thank you very much. You're very right that I mentioned that we applied for a permit, and we were to be given a permit, but because of the situation that was on the ground, both the student union and the police have agreed that we will postpone the protest for now and observe the situation and recall the protest again the first day the culprit is going to appear in court. Of course, we are aware that it is our right to assemble peacefully. We are also aware that the same right that is given to us has an attached responsibility that we need to secure a permit. You understand? We will ensure we exhaust all protocols in doing so, and I believe that we are going to be given a permit. If we are not given the permit, then let's wait for the time, and the time will determine what we will do. Thank you.
All right.
Sorry.
Your name?
Just leave it here. This one.
Good morning. I am Aissatou Jallow from Gambian Talents TV. According to Keba's family, there was a court in which the accused police officer, Lamin Traoré, pleaded not guilty to killing Keba. Were you aware of this, and did any of you attend the court hearing?
Thank you very much, sister, for that correction. Of course, representatives of the union have attended that court hearing, and we are aware of this hearing. But it is evidential to every individual in this country that there was a statement released by the PRO of the Gambia Police Force that this culprit have accepted, in fact, he have accepted of stabbing Keba to death. So if he is saying that he is not guilty, of course, we will allow the law to take its course, and we allow the judges to be aware of the situation and to make sure they judge the situation, or to make sure they call or have a judgment in it that is going to be rational, that the students are expecting. And if that happens, the students' union is going to be at peace, at rest, and the family is going to be at peace and at rest. Thank you very much.
Yes, good brother.
My name is London Cisse from Paradise.
London from Paradise, yes.
Yeah. According to Keba's family, the Lamin Traoré, who is accused of killing him, was not the only person Keba fought with. There is a second person. So during your proceedings, have you demanded the arrest of the second person or not?
Thank you very much for that question. Of course, procedures will relay to everyone that in exhausting the protocols, we are aware and we are concerned about the people that are involved in this crime. And information that we were able to gather was that, the guy who stabbed him, who had a fight with him, after a conversation with regards to exchanging phone or so, or should I cite you, who are you? Can you give me an authority to indicate that you are a police officer? From that kind of riffraff, or we call it hanky, that situation, they were able, the police officer did not accept to do that, and they had a fight. But whether there was a subsequent or an individual or another police officer or another individual, we are not aware of that. But this is an information to us, and we are going to use the opportunity to make follow-up in this and see and try to substantiate the fact. And if it is a fact, we will demand for the second person to be also arrested and to be charged accordingly. Thank you very much. Geneva, yes. Okay, thank you very much. The university is a diverse society, and we are all aware that in every society or in every grouping or in every one or two people, you will have different people with different attitudes because they are all from different backgrounds. But we are aware that Keba was one of the best students in terms of academics, was one of the most disciplined students, and have high regards for people, and his conduct is excellent. I would say good. Of course, we knew what happened. According to information that reached us, was that he had this raffle with a police officer in which he was stabbed to death. We don't know the condition in which this happened, but we want to believe that investigations will release this. But you are very right that it is our responsibility to inform the students to have good conduct and to behave accordingly and in respect to the rules and regulations of this country. And this is something that we always do. In fact, even if you look at our release, we have calmed the students and we've always advised them to behave accordingly and allow the union to exhaust these protocols. And we thank each and every student in the University of the Gambia for listening and accepting and believing in us and giving us the scope and the space to pursue this case professionally. So to just answer your question, we always advise them to act correctly and to have good conduct, and the response in that is positive. Thank you very much, Jenna.
Yes, again, Paradise.
Aissatou Jallow from Gambian Talents TV. How much have you engaged Keba's family in this process? When and how did you learn about Keba's death?
Okay, thank you very much. In my statement, I have made it crystal clear that we received an information on the 9th of July, 2019 in the morning that our student is involved in a fight with an individual that is unidentified, and in this process, he was stabbed to death. That is how we were able to know. Now, did we involve Keba's family? Of course, yes. The Student Council is engaged or is involved with the family of Keba Seka almost every day. Every day we are in contact with them. Just last week, the Student Council was able to convince the University of the Gambia administration to have a token that is for staff to be given to Keba's family, which we were able to exhaust, and we went with the Vice Chancellor and the University Management team, the Registrar and the Deputy Vice Chancellor admin to visit the family. And then we hand that over to them. And not only that, even in the day he was buried, we were there from the morning up to in the afternoon. And not only that, it is also in the insurance scheme that every university student is insured. We are also working very tirelessly to ensure that Keba's family lay hands in this insurance. All what we need is the death certificate to pursue. Not only that, Keba, before his death, unfortunately, he paid $7,000 to do summer, because Keba was left with only 2 courses. So he thinks it is going to be unnecessary to come for another semester to do only 2 courses. So he was like, let me pay for this summer and do 2 courses and be done with the university. The day Keba paid this money, the following day, his life was taken. So we are also in contact with the admin. Today we made the request and the check is already ready. From here we will collect the check and make sure we deliver it to the family. Even if we cannot do it this week, but next week, inshallah, we will make sure we do it. So this is just to answer your question that we are in contact with Keba's family and we will keep being in contact with the family. Thank you very much.
Any other question? Any question?
Allow them, it seems.
There are no questions around.
Yes.
Challenges.
Okay.
Some of the challenges faced.
You want to cover?
Yes, the challenges are always numerous. It has not been easy for the council, right from on the 9th of July up to date. Like he said, just last week we paid a visit. The challenge has been that we've been moving from one office to another, from one ministry, relevant ministry to another. We've paid a visit to Interior Ministry, right from here to Interior Ministry. Interior Ministry, we had a call because the higher education was about to travel, but we had to tell him that you cannot just go like that and leave this incident unattended. Before you leave the Banjul International Airport, you must have to put some measures in place, and which he did, and facilitated our meeting to the Interior Minister. We had a very frank discussion with the Interior Minister, and the Minister assured us, like he said, we put it to him that we need a statement forthwith, that the government must condemn this act. That was a challenge. It was a difficult one for us, but we had to put it to them, to the authority, that you have to do this now. And in the evening, later in the evening at 8 o'clock news, it was right on JR-Trace. And then from there we moved to Banjul to meet the Inspector General of Police. And this was on two days, on 2 occasions. We've been going and coming. So the challenges are numerous, and then visiting Keba's family as well is another task that we are facing. So, and then another challenge here is the expectations from the general student body. The students' expectation is huge, that in so much so that we have to learn how to manage it in relation to this issue. Thank you, if I answer your question. Yes? Yes, the police PRO not necessarily, but we had the meeting, like we said, just last week. Was it last week?
Yeah.
Last week, Wednesday and Thursday, we had this meeting with the Inspector General of Police, demanding, following up our permit. But it was there and then when we have heard and witnessed all what happened there, the protests of Brikama, the 2 sets of protests, Brikama and Serakunda, which later escalated into violence. So we went there, and then we don't want to be stained in any way, because you may not know who will join you in disguise of protest or of a protester. So we were there, and then we informed them reliably that we are going ahead with this particular development. So they are aware. Thank you. Any other? Yes. Come again? Your name?
Considering the recent protests in the country, we have seen scenarios happen. We also in that fact, people disguising themselves and joining protests. The president was a victim himself.
Exactly.
So in case of we are going ahead with this protest, what are some of the security checks that we put in place to avoid such things from happening?
All right.
Thank you very much for this question. Of course, as you said, I'm a victim of the protests. He is very right that there are people with ulterior motives. There are people that will come in disguise in the name of protest when they are not even protesting, but they are stealing or acting actively acts. And then this we cannot know. But we also believe that proceedings in giving permit will indicate that the police has its responsibility to provide security for those that are granted permit. So that is why that is in fact one of the reasons that prompted for the postponement. So therefore, we are expecting police to provide security for us, and when security is adequately provided, we want to believe that criminals or people of that nature will not have space to live. So we are aware of this, and we will ensure that the protest is done peacefully in accordance with the laws and regulations of this land. Thank you very much.
Any other question?
Yes? Yeah, thank you very much. Of course, the family is aware of the press conference. I'm in contact with the sister of the family of the dead. I'm also in contact with the mother and the parents. So anything that we do, as far as it has to do with Keba, we always involve them because we believe that we are partners. He is our student, he is our friend, he is our colleague, and he is also family to them. So the relationship there is kind of intertwined and it's circle. So communication must flow between us. So to answer your question, of course we are in contact with them and they are aware. Thank you very much. Any other question?
In the absence of any question, any question, then we head straight to the last item, which is vote of thanks will be given by the Vice President of the Students' Union, Fatoumata J. Jallow. Fatoumata, thank you.
Thank you very much, Secretary General. Basically, we will say thank you to everyone that took their time to come here. And we will thank the media as well. I mean, it is very important because Keba Secker is not just a student of the University of the Gambia, but he is a brother. And definitely this news, it's really sad. But as the president of the University of the Gambia just said, University of the Gambia Students' Union has exhausted all the forms to make sure Keba receive justice. As he also said, that justice denied. Justice delayed is justice denied. So basically, we will not say much, but we will say thank you to everybody, everyone that is here. We really, really appreciate this a lot. Because if Keba was alive, he would have been very productive. If Keba was alive, he would have contributed a lot. Someone that has gone through a lot, someone that is about to finish his education, he would have contributed to national development, which is really sad and very disheartening. But we will say thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Those are the closing remarks. We now bring the session to a close. Thank you.
Thank you.
Salute every dog na the trap where you pre-empire and I build it up brick by brick. This is you're watching Gambian Talents TV, you know. Marty, problems.
Aye, Gambia, ma beg ci yéen Gambian Talents TV yéena ma tax a jóg saa su ma weete yéen lay dégloo man def ndaw seen doomu ndey de leen may bégee ma leen di bégee Gambian Talents TV kenn la amul roy de leen kal leen ko fa rek saa su ne seen xibaar bu ne di news music entertainment.
Yeah, it's your boy One Pac, you get me? Sen xol xalaat yu bon nañ ko sànni fële si mbalit gi nele xale ndaw yi toog di ko foye fële door leen di seetaan Gambia Talent Promotion, you get me? They promoted only Gambians and this is our own thing, Gambia, you get me? Suma fans soo leen ma bëggee gis boy fii rek la boy si hot platform bii la boy, yeah? You get me? This is how we do it. Soo leen bëggee gis lu xew si dëkk bi ak lu warul si dëkk bi TV bii la fii fans and am the jama ak haters. Welcome to Gambia Talent TV show, you get me? Sen xol xalaat yu bon nañ ko sànni fële si mbalit gi ne li xale ndaw yi toog di ko foye fële cause Beppa TV bu nekk si tundi Gambie gi Gambia Talent TV mooy seeni baay man One Pac maa ko wax ku ko dinaay nga def leneen comme gaay ñu ñooy defee yaa ngi understand ñun ñoo fi ñëw xoolal di régler lu fi manqué di mutal lu fi manqué di def lu fi kenn deful
On the mic, Ace and Rap, Alibaba, Alabai, Soldier, Killer, ACE, Bunday. You know what I'm saying? Always down with Gambian Talents Promotion,